Good afternoon. I'm Hannah Birchall, the Director of Marketing Communications and External Relations here at the University of Salford, and I'd like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. So before we begin, can we just say a massive thank you to our band, Honeybee Jazz. From the video you've just watched, you will see that your relationship with the university does not end today. In fact, it's just the beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of some 200,000 graduates. Salford graduates go on to achieve amazing things, making a difference in all walks of life, from politics, history, and the arts, scientific discovery, to serving our communities through the health service, in schools, and in public service. We would love for you to keep in touch with us so that we can share in your life's journey and achievements, but also so that we can ensure you are kept up to date on the latest benefits and services available to you as a member of our alumni network. As you cross the stage today, we'll be recording you, and you will receive an email from us in the next couple of days inviting you to download the clip of yourself. It's just a little gift from us to say thank you for agreeing to let us stay in touch with you. So before the ceremony starts, I'd like to give you some pointers for your moment crossing this stage. Graduations are a time to celebrate not only your individual achievements, but also to celebrate your peers. So when your friends come up, feel free to give them a whoop, give them a holler, give them a cheer. When it's your time, my colleagues in the theatre gowns in red will guide you to line up. You don't need your hats or anything else. You can leave those on your seats. You will come back to those same seats. As your name is called, you will cross the stage and nod to the presiding officer. They are the person in front of the big, massive chair. You walk along the red carpet, you will receive your scroll just here, and then you will walk carefully, slowly, down the stairs and return to your seat. Take your time and make sure you enjoy your moment up here on this stage. And to our guests, can I ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to other guests so they don't have their view of their graduate blocked at any point. At the end of the ceremony, graduates will leave first, so please do wait until they've made their way out before leaving. Please can all graduates and all guests stay until the very end of this ceremony. We need the last cheer for the last person to cross the stage to be as loud as the first. And finally, may I ask that you kindly ensure that your mobile phones are switched to silent for the duration of the proceedings. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the academic procession.
I declare this congregation open. Please be seated.
Graduands and distinguished guests, I am honoured to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nick Beach.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, graduands, as Vice-Chancellor of the University of Salford, I am delighted to welcome you all to this graduation, a ceremony that is about celebrating your achievements and, of course, the awards that you will receive. So we are here today to congratulate you all as our next generation of graduates and to wish you well, but also to let you know just how proud we are as you embark on the next chapter of your life. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to everybody, whether you've come from afar or just down the road, for family, for friends, and all the supporters. And I do hope that you will all take away some really special memories of today. In life, of course, there are always challenges to face and overcome, and yet there are also always exciting opportunities, and the passion and the drive and the creativity and determination that you have shown that have got you this far are also the things that will carry you forward in the next chapter of your life. Alongside the knowledge that you've developed in your specific studies, I hope that during your time, you've also met some interesting people and had experiences that will have shaped your views of the world and shaped your views about others and yourself. Amongst all the lectures and the labs and the studios and assignments and exams, I hope that you've managed along the way to have some fun and also really enjoy your time at university. I was the first in my family to be an undergraduate, and for me, as you might guess, given that I'm standing here, university was genuinely transformational. Before I went, I'd not really discovered the subjects that were for me the big motivation in life. But when I got to university, it really clicked, and it gave me a lifelong passion for working with students in the hope that they also will find something really rewarding, not just in the content of what they do, but also in the potential that is then achieved as a result of having been there. So I hope that for all of you, university will be part of your answer, not just to what you're going to do, but also who you're going to be and what you want to achieve. Our mission here is innovating to enrich lives, innovating to enrich lives. And this is something that has been going on in Salford literally for centuries. It's a home of incredible innovation. Many firsts have happened here in Salford. And at this stage, what we normally do is play a game of innovation bingo. I know that many of you have been looking forward to this and indeed hoping it was going to happen. But don't worry, it's a painless experience. Innovation bingo involves you thinking, in a moment, of the sorts of things that might have happened here first. Okay, and then I'll give you a list and we'll see how many you tick off on your own list. Okay, so some of the things that have happened in Salford for the very first time. The very first public park, Peel Park, just up the road where the rest of the campus is, was the first place open to all members of the public without having to pay. The first public lending library, which is now the art gallery and museum, was the very first lending library that people didn't have to pay for. The brilliant campaign for workers to have free time on Saturdays started here. And if you were around a couple of weekends ago, We Invented the Weekend Festival that is held right here in the Keys is actually completely true. The weekend was invented by Salford. Is there anybody here from Liverpool? Okay, 3, that's good. Apologies for the next one. So another thing that was invented for the first time is the swing bridge. And the swing bridge moves across a canal or a river, allowing bigger boats to come down. And that was invented and put into practice here, really opening up the Salford docks in a way that actually started to challenge Liverpool. So sorry about that. One other that I'll just mention. And this one was on the 2nd of April 1817, and I think you've probably all got this one. Salford, obviously, was the world's first friendly angling society, so something the students have never had to invent ever since. But the point about all of these innovations is that they combine social change and technical change. The bridge that moves enables commerce to happen. The way that we operate with the first street lighting ever was here. These things actually make a difference to people's lives. And as a university, what we are trying to do is carry forward that mission. And that's why we're about innovating to enrich lives. And I'll just give you a little flavour of some of the things that we're doing within that overall heading. The first area is around prosperity. And by prosperity, we mean a form of economy that has a place for everybody, that is expanding employment, but is also maximising productivity. So, for example, we have the North of England Robotics Centre here, which is world leading in the work that it does. So it produces robots that are used in the NHS in surgery. It produces huge amounts of robots that are used in very big companies, but it also produces a lot of robots that are then used in small and medium-sized enterprises, the very sorts of organisations that need to innovate and yet actually couldn't afford to do so were it not for a scalable programme of the sort that we've got. Similarly, we have a centre for innovation in business, which focus on both the digital and the green economy and combining those two things. Secondly, enabling people to live healthier lives. And here we're lucky to have a new Centre for Medical Imaging, and this was sponsored by a very big commercial company. And the brilliant thing about that is the students here train, as some of you may have done, train on the most cutting-edge, up-to-date equipment for radiography, for imaging, and a range of other things. And not only that, the NHS send in their staff to our centre to get training on the latest technology. So it's really about us being part of the organisation and them with us. Similarly, sustainability and environment is really, really central, not just to us, but to the students and what they are focused on. And if you haven't seen it already, Energy House is a fantastic example of this. Now, the Energy House is not actually a house. It is a huge warehouse, really, which is in effect a big lab. And house builders come and build the sorts of houses in there that they will later be producing right across the UK. So once they've built these houses, we can then subject them to really high temperatures, over 40 degrees, really low temperatures, minus 40, snowstorms, rain, you name it. We can put it all into this environment. And then we're testing out photovoltaics, insulation, all the things that make a real difference to those houses. And the brilliant thing of it being embedded within the industry is, of course, 6 months later, that is a technology that is being built and people will then be living in. So there's an immediate impact. But they also do another really interesting thing. So they work on tents. And you might say, well, why would they work on tents when they're doing all of this other stuff? And the reason for that is if you look around the world at the moment, there are areas of crisis, there's areas in which there's been natural disasters, and people quite often end up living in tents for periods of sometimes years. And in those situations, quite often it is freezing cold at night and boiling in the daytime, and a really difficult way of living. And so our scientists have been producing heat pads that are driven through photovoltaics that are light, they're available, they work anywhere in the world, and they help with this very problem. So it's just examples of how our people orientation and our technical orientation, I hope, really fit together. Similarly, in the creative industries, we're sitting here in the wonderful Lowry, just across the way. We share a building with the BBC, we work all the time with ITV, and the creative industries is actually a wonderful gem within the UK. It's a real world leader. And they've grown over the last 10 years successively at 150% of the rate of the rest of the economic growth. And they now produce around £110 billion into the economy every year. So something that is really important for us to be engaged with. And just as one little illustration of that, if you watch football on the BBC, I've been a bit of football on recently. You can tell from the way that I'm dressed, it's of limited interest to me. But, no, I'm a huge fan, of course. But the instant replays that happen are driven right here by technical staff who work for the BBC and work for us. So they spend time with the students, and the students go up to their studios. So again, the students who are leaving us are industry ready and actually are then leading this practice in the industry. So all of those things for us are really important. And I hope that for those of you about to graduate, some of those stories resonate a little bit. You're coming from a place that has literally spent hundreds of years trying to create change that really makes a difference in people's lives, and I know that that will be at the heart of what you will be doing and what you're aiming to do. So, when we get onto the main ceremony in a moment, you'll be walking across the carpet here, and everybody else will be clapping and cheering for you. But before we get to that, what I'd like to do is to invite all of the students, all the people about to graduate, to actually say to their friends, their families, their supporters, how much they actually appreciate what their families have done and their friends and supporters have done. Many of your families will have been hopeful or anxious, or they may have well given up things to enable you to study. They'll certainly have given you lots of support as you've gone through. And sometimes in ceremonies like this, there's not enough thanks given or recognition given to those people. So, in a minute, when I give you the signal, I'd like you to put aside the normal decorum and politeness that we have in these sorts of ceremonies. And instead of that, what I'd like you to do is to stand up and to turn around to wherever your supporters are and make as much noise as possible. Okay? You up for that? So that was very quiet. When I was saying, are you up for that? I was sort of hoping you'd be up for it. So are you up for it? That's more like it. Right, so we're going to make some noise. After 3. 1, 2, 3, go! Brilliant. Well done. Well done. So, the next stage that we're going to go on to is to have a short talk from somebody who's not a member of staff, but is somebody who's a graduate, somebody who's in your seat not so long ago. And so I'm delighted to introduce our alumni speaker, Rhys Blanchard. During his time at Salford, Rhys completed a bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism, followed by a master's degree in media psychology. He's now a manager for the world-renowned PR firm Weber Shandwick, where he helps lead high-impact public relations campaign and driving strategic communications initiatives. Rhys.
Good afternoon, everybody. My goodness, there's lots of you here. What an absolute honour it is to be here today. As Nick said, my name is Rhys Blanchard, and in 2022 I graduated from the School of Health and Society with a Master's of Science in Media Psychology. Before then, I was at our School of Arts, Media and Creative Technology studying broadcast journalism. I remember this day so clearly, being sat where you are. What a wonderful day it was, and I hope that is your experience today too. Things get a little bit hazy when the celebration started, but I think we can probably park that conversation for right now. Perhaps more vividly then is a day that I'd like to speak to you about, the day that I first arrived at Salford. Having packed up a rented car after my mum and dad had made the decision that my life wasn't going to fit into the back of their Fiat 500, off we went to buy new and outrageously purple room in Peel Park Quarter. It was Premier Inn vibes all the way. Once the rents had headed home and my tears had dried up and I'd met my flatmates and soon-to-be adopted Salfordian siblings, Callum, Natalie and Lydia, that evening we very quickly, and I would say quite resourcefully, discovered that Atmosphere, our SU bar, sold double pints and halloumi fries. Win-win. It was from this day that I started my 4 transformative years that set me up for life in more ways than I could have ever imagined. Largely due to the standard dose of naivety that you'd expect from an 18-year-old lad moving from a sleepy town on the south coast to Manchester, but also because I was the first person in my entire extended family to have ever gone to university. It was never clear to me what my career path should or would be, and while I'm slightly envious that many of you here are faced with that exciting, clear map ahead already. I really do hope that plenty of you are here still pondering what that next step might be. There's a real point to be made here on the vastly transferable skills that each and every one of you will be taking forward, which will have formed the sturdy foundations for your career, and some of you elevated the careers that you've already crafted ahead of enrolling in the School of Health and Society. In all of this, I hope you can look back at your time at Salford fondly. Vending machine coffee in the Clifford Whitworth Library, the butchering of Harvard referencing, and the connections and friends I made for life are all things that spring to mind for me. I will give a little shout out to Park Life as well, because that was always pretty good fun. Most importantly though, don't see your time at Salford as over after today. Keep your connections, follow the journeys of your course mates, and don't be hesitant to ask your peers and lecturers for guidance or counsel, or even better, a proper cup of coffee this time round. Following my life at Salford, I've had the privilege of working with many teams and organisations in the health and public sector, each driven by their want to do better and be better. My job is simply advising on how we can ignite these ideas and media campaigns to become impactful and effective. But there must always be that initial spark and passion for helping people. And I know that people in this very room will bring that next wave of sparks. A huge congratulations from me, class of 2024. I know the journey to here won't have always been plain sailing, but this is an exceptional moment for you all. For now, graduation is a time to celebrate your achievements, prepare for future opportunities, and switch your Instagram to private. Thank you very much.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we are delighted to be joined by Assistant Chief Constable Matt Boyle for Greater Manchester Police, as well as Kate Green, Deputy Mayor of Greater Manchester for Policing and Crime in this ceremony. Today, the first cohort of Greater Manchester Police students are graduating from the university's graduate diploma in professional policing practice. I would now like to invite Kate Green to the stage.
Vice-Chancellor, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me enormous pleasure to be here today to acknowledge and to celebrate the achievements of those who are graduating this afternoon. In my role as Deputy Mayor, I have responsibility for the direct oversight of policing and fire and rescue services in Greater Manchester. And so I hope other graduates will forgive me if I particularly congratulate those of you completing the professional policing programme, along with those graduating in other disciplines today. Here in Greater Manchester, we take great pride in the University of Salford and its graduates, and I know that family and friends here today will be as thrilled as I am to join you as we celebrate your hard work and success. The overarching ethos of my role as Deputy Mayor for Police, Crime and Fire is about keeping people and communities safe. Of course, we do that through effective prevention and enforcement activities, but also through ensuring meaningful support for victims, for families, and for those that need our protection and help. But keeping people safe and supported isn't the role of one organisation. It requires a multi-agency, holistic approach to ensure that the right services and the right care are provided at the right time to everyone. And I'm sure that through your studies, whether that be in professional policing practice, social policy, sociology, health, criminology, counselling, you've come to appreciate the differing needs of our diverse local communities and have gained a really good understanding of the benefits of the strong partnership working that's needed to build public trust and confidence and keep our communities safe. No organisation can do that on its own. Working together is the bedrock that we must build our public service on, and it's vital to our approach here in Greater Manchester. And the Professional Policing Practice Programme here at Salford is a really good example of this partnership approach. It demonstrates a firm and shared commitment from Greater Manchester Police and the university to offer the best possible education and development of our student officers, ensuring that you're equipped to provide the very best, highest quality policing to the people of Greater Manchester. And I hope you'll agree with me that the course has set you up for an innovative and exciting career looking after and associated with policing and criminal justice. It's really great to see such a high calibre of graduates from the programme today, and especially exciting to be here as the very first cohort graduate from this programme. And I'm very honoured to be standing here to congratulate you on your achievements. I'm confident that many of you will go on to develop and enjoy a very successful career in policing. It's such a diverse profession, offering a huge variety of opportunities. After all, where else can you be a response officer, providing immediate care and support to those in crisis? Or work with specialist operations as a dogs handler, or a firearms officer, or a cyber specialist? Or helping to ensure our roads and transport systems stay safe? Or working right in the heart of our neighbourhoods, getting to know members of the local community, preventing and problem-solving the issues that really matter to them. Police officers tell me that no 2 days are the same, and that the policing and criminal justice landscape is constantly evolving. And that's what makes the job so interesting and worthwhile. And it's why we must attract, equip, and empower our officers and staff to take on the huge range of challenges that you'll face and enable you to make positive changes to people's lives every single day. You graduate today knowing that the degree you will receive is a reflection of the skills and abilities that you've developed to do a highly professional, highly demanding job in one of the most diverse, exciting, largest city regions in the world. I'm absolutely delighted and proud to be here to congratulate you today as we acknowledge your successes so far and wish you well as you embark on the next stage of your career. Have a fantastic afternoon and enjoy the celebrations this evening.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Research Awards from the School of Health and Society. Each student will be presented for their award individually. I would like to invite Professor Margaret Rowe, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Dean of the School of Health and Society, to present the awards.
Vice-Chancellor, I feel honoured to present for the Postgraduate Award from the School of Health and Society. For the Doctorate of Philosophy with the title Understanding Energy Justice Through the Lived Experience in Zimbabwe, Margaret Bentley. Doctorate of Philosophy with the title, Their Normal is Just Different to Ours. How does police occupation culture contribute to their understanding of autism? Diana Kate Hepworth. Doctor of Philosophy with the title Interpreting Living Law Amongst Muslim Women in the UK, Asusa Khan. Doctor of Philosophy with the title Mental Health Universal Credit, Investigating Claimant Experience, Joe Pardue. Doctor of Philosophy with the title An Exploration of the Impact of Adoption Throughout the Life Course of Adopted Adults, Patricia Robinson. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes my presentation of the Postgraduate Awards.
We will now continue the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the School of Health and Society. Again, each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Vicky Halliwell, Deputy Dean of the School of Health and Society, to present the awards.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Learning Development Unit, I present for the award of Postgraduate Certificate Academic Practice, Nick Chisnall. Laura Ann Hammond. Gloria Ijohan Iyawe. Navanis Narendra Vasudeva. On behalf of the School of Health and Society, I present for the award Master of Science, Advanced Counselling and Psychotherapy Studies Supervision, Heather Smith. Master of Science, Counselling and Psychotherapy, Professional Training, Natalie Brown. Hannah Burgess. Charlotte Emma Clegg. Sue Heritage. Philip Jackman. Chloe Marie Jones-Shern. Dominica Kuda. Kathleen Koake Doncourt. Jonathan Long. Jane Maguire. Danielle McCabe. Sarah McGrath. Daisy Mitchell. Danielle Neville. Rizwan Raymond. Carl Jonathan Thurlow. Bethany Alana Williams. Nicola Young. For the Postgraduate Diploma, Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Training, Nawal Akhtar. Jonathan Archie Cantor. Maxine Dunn. And that concludes the Postgraduate Awards.
We will now commence the presentation of the Undergraduate Awards from the School of Health and Society. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Paul Wilson, Associate Dean, Academic, to present these awards.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, I present for the award Graduate Diploma, Professional Policing Practice, Katie Jill Armstrong. Henry Baker. Jonathan Barnwell. Rachel Irene Bell. Francis Butlers. Maya Carney. Nicola Rachel Clough. Nina Sandra Davies. Caitlin Rose Day. Thomas Luke Durkin. Amber Dutson. Catherine Grace Eaglesham. AJ Edwards. Callum William Edwards. Beth Hamilton Embry. Louise Rachel Fleet. Daniel Robert Goodall. Callum Green. Joe Handley. Nicholas Howarth. Jessica Lucy Heaton. Alicia Ellen Hindle. Lauren Holt. Faye Hughes. Eleanor Katinska. Marie-Louise Victoria Jane Knight. Adam Kreisel. Anthony John Littlewood. Jade Littlewood. Shamila Mala. Simoso Kusana Mkandla. Adil Mohammed. Callum James Moss. Catherine Pearson. Amy Picton. Marine Kazi. Sophie Ann Royal. Isabel Claire Tallents. Sophia Isabella Tavini. Emily Alexandra Tong. Jessica Elizabeth Towell. Kendall Wagstaff. Eleanor Grace Lily Watkinson. For the award Master in Science, Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Practice, Mohammed Abdulalim Ali. Abel Rowan Victor Brooks. Anna Bellin Fay. Victoria Livesey. Jada Simone Thompson. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours, Counselling and Psychotherapy Professional Practice, Bisma Ahmed. Aisha Ajaib. Naima Akhtar. Maya Natalia Austin. Emilia D. Bolmer. Sadia Begum. Abigail Blackmore. Mark Clark. Emma Coglin. Ella Fox. Victoria Gibson. William Hardy. Rebecca Robin Hastings. Chloe Horton. Matthew Casper Holt. Nicole Horner. Aisha Hussain. Alina Hussain. Grace Ann Jeffers. Olivia Catherine Kenner. Praline Lillian Khan. Samaya Khan. Paige Amy Zoe Lindsay Keegan. Jade Loker. Natasha Malhotra. Christopher William Manley. Lydia Ruth Caitlin McCabe. Aliza Nadeem. Tabinder Nayab. Emma Naylor. William Morris. Rebecca Riley. Caitlin Small. Anthony Sullivan. Naima Sultana. Komaljit Tora. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours, Counselling and Psychotherapy Theoretical Studies, Alia Adam. Isha Airy. Emmy May Beecroft. Molly Dobson. Momina Iqbal. Chloe Marsh. Rhys Myring. Heather Pope. Bethany Ruth Scott. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Criminology, Safa Afzal. Turfa Azar. Danny Marie Barlow. Anisha Begum. Salma Bibi Khan. Erin Caitlin Smith. Megan Conway. Alice Olivia Curran. Sophie Driver. Isabel Ann Dysart. Amy Dyson. Rosaria Fernandez Capingala. Hassan Hayat. Maya Martin. Elise Miller. Yanis Pillar. Peyton Roberts. Jasmine Robinson. Stephanie Teles Delves. Levi Whitthread. Ella Winard. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Criminology and Sociology, Jessie Patricia Bannister. Kirsty Dainty. Maisie Dixon. Faiza Diwan. Ben Gallagher. Rose Sinclair Gibbons. Thomas Goodwin. Tegan Grayson. Charlotte Hoyland. Alia Islam. Mackenzie Platt. Nimra Shiraz. Lauren K. Skelhorn. Alana Maya Vickers. Caitlin Eve West. Max Lewis Wilson. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours, Criminology with Counselling, Chloe Aldwin. Amna Ali. Tanzila Arshad. Melissa Carr. Ellie Fathers. Georgia Featherstone. Olivia Fitzgerald. Renee Hughes Watson. Ruby Lawrenson. Jessica Loud. Alyssa Mallon. Hannah McCahan. Charlotte Rowena Newsham. Nina Ratu. Georgia Starbuck. Sophie Topham. Tanya Ahmed. Katie Bostock. Lucy Caird. Liba Shazadi. Nicole Thomas. Connor Waters. Ocean Woolstenholme. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Professional Policing, Eve Charlotte Adams. Cameron Louise Bauer. Lucy Cook. Emma Hills. Oliver Peter Rowan Hogg. Joseph Hull. Matthew Lunn. Emma Louise Parinello. Ifraz Rashid. Reese Singleton. Abigail Tobin. Melissa Wilkinson-Lewis. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Social Policy, Alicia Abbott. Pauline Aganliladia Adijumo. Brittany Carter. Stevie Preston. William Edward Francis Wayne. Hannah Williams. Katie Wright. Phoebe Zawiza. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Sociology, Zainab Shirin Ahmed. Sadia Begum. Amelia Grace Tony Campbell. Amelia Grace Kirbishley. Asma Elgunas. Abby Hurst. Saima Jasmine. Hamna Khan. Jessica Melling. Roxana Maria Simon. Eleanor Hodges. For the award Master of Science, Safety, Health and Environment, Abidun Oliwaremi Burayomo. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Production, Fern Iris Calvi. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours Contemporary History and Politics, Tyler Beaumont. For the award Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Production, Jeanette McNichol. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Physiotherapy, Jonathan Lomax. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Real Estate Development and Management, Mamantonios Nikolaou. For the award Bachelor of Science with Honours Real Estate Management Development, Panagiotis Nikolaou. For the award Master of Science Project Management in Construction, Oluwatoyin Saka. For the award Master of Philosophy, Sociology, Criminology and Security Studies, Nifima Damilola Ayindi Tukur. For the award Graduate Diploma Professional Policing Practice, Mohammed Noman Razak. For the award of Science, Bachelor of Science with Honours Social Policy, Angela Nika Aguido. And finally, for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Criminology, Ikra Begum.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentations of the awards. Before I invite the Vice-Chancellor to close the ceremony, I want to let you know that we will be taking a group photograph of all our new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until all the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, if you could please follow on from the academic procession straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph, that would be fabulous. Thank you. I would now like to invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nick Beach, to close this ceremony.
Well, you've done it. Well done. Fantastic. So there is one more thing that you need to do, and that is to put on your hats. You've got degrees now, it shouldn't be hard. Well done. Well done. Okay, if the graduates could now be upstanding. I now declare the ceremony closed. Well done, class of 2024. Thank you.